If you want some examples of how lawyers are using LinkedIn for lead generation, stay tuned. Hi, welcome to the BD Roundtable. We've invited Karin to share with us some examples of lawyers who are really crushing it on LinkedIn. We'll break down strategies that they use to make their profiles really stand out, how they drive engagement, and more importantly, how BD and marketing teams can entice their lawyers to do the same. If you want to join upcoming calls like this and participate in the live Q&A session reserved for BD Roundtable members, head on over to bdroundtable.com to sign up to become a member for free. When you do, you get access to our private Slack group community, which is full of legal marketers like yourself. Now here's Karin to show us some examples of lawyers who are crushing it on LinkedIn. The first thing, I guess, is really, you say that lawyers are living on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where the lawyers are. Are they really using it to lead generation, or is they just using it for CVs? I mean, really, what's the status?
That's a good point. Many still have profiles that look like CVs, true. But yes, there are quite a few that are already using it for business development. I have 4 profiles, for example, best cases that I'm presenting today. And if I'm not mistaken, there will be like a closed section afterwards.
Yes. So we'll have a private Q&A so we can sort of drill into a little bit more of those details.
Yes, when that starts, I'm going to show you what I'm doing and why you're reading mine, maybe, hopefully. But for now, yes. So what I say is that pages are dead, okay? LinkedIn pages, meaning company pages. Right. And so imagine, do you want to connect with the CEO of Coca-Cola or do you want to connect with Coca-Cola? I mean, who would you rather follow? Probably the CEO. Because after all, it's even in B2B, I mean, you've all heard this before, it's still people doing business with people. And we do business with people who we know, like, and trust. And here is where LinkedIn comes in, where a lawyer can, if they do it right, they can build that trust.
So when you say the company pages are dead, so what you mean, I guess, is that the algorithms are not favoring the company pages and are favoring the lawyer pages, the individual pages more? Or just from a general, like, psychology standpoint, people don't want to do business with a logo?
Yes, exactly. I don't know. I think I can't say anything about the algorithm not favoring company pages. That I don't know. But it's just, I mean, look, even at LinkedIn, they have like 12 million followers and very little engagement, because when your target group is that big, who are you going to address? You're not going to speak to anybody. Look at the big, the pages of big international law firms or consultancies. Nothing is happening there, and I find myself just removing them from my feed because they're just so boring.
That's right. Yeah, I guess the value's got to be in the post. Exactly. Right? Not directing you to value outside of the platform. So I guess we'll take a look now at some lawyers who are really taking advantages and providing value to their followers.
Yes.
So over to you, if you can walk us through some of these profiles.
Yes, well, I would like to now expand a little bit more. It's before, when we prepared for this talk, you said, well, what would you suggest? My suggestion is that from many years of being in-house, that lawyers, when you shoot marketing jargon at them, such as build your brand, their eyes are just, glazing over, and it's or when you say cross-selling or upselling, it's something that they're just not interested in. Okay, have you noticed that?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. But if you say, well, use this to build your book of business, or use this to get more billable hours, or to build your practice group, or to go partner track, they're like, wow, all ears. And that's what you have to aim at. Sell it as something where they can get more clients, get more billable hours, find a new career. I mean, that's not our topic here, but don't use a marketing jargon. It just doesn't fly.
Well, yeah, no, that's right, because a lot of law firm websites, they don't build the lawyer's profile. Even like if you're associate, only really at the partner level do you really build a profile. But when you leave that company, that lawyer is left with nothing, a blank,
Yes.
blank company page. So this is a good opportunity for them to build their digital profile online that belongs to them and not the company that they work for at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So I think that's how we have to look at it. Talk to them about in the terms that are interesting for them. And brand is not one of them. I mean, there are a few that are marketing driven, but most aren't. So this is Claire. She's doing everything right with her profile. She has a vanity URL up here. She doesn't have like a mismatch of numbers and ABCs up here, letters. Then she has like a really good tagline. She has a conversation starter here, Mom to Unruly Girls. She has filled this out.
Claire E. Parsons.
I mean, it's easy, but with my name, for example, it's more difficult. She has a nice profile picture and a good banner back here. And then she's one of the very few, very few that has like a good bio on there. And this is where most of the lawyers and most of the people on LinkedIn, they don't do it because it's so difficult, because it has to be written in first person. So you're writing about yourself, and that's like one of the the scariest feat that there is in the world, right? So here you have to say who you are, for whom you serve, what you do for them, what's special about them, and you have no formatting tools, so you have to use emojis or symbols.
That's a good point. If you want to break it up into different like headers and sections, right? You can use bolding,
yes,
generators and emojis.
There's no bold, there's nothing. So that makes it a little bit difficult, right? And what she doesn't do, but she has it here, she doesn't have like a call to action. She has that in her banner, but here you could have like, what do you do next, right? Contact me here. And there are no links possible here either. I mean, you can copy paste them, but you cannot click them.
So for the bio, right? Sorry, just to jump in here.
Yes.
So for the bio, the lawyer should be saying, okay, a little bit about them, but really what is their practice focus and who are the types of clients that they help, right? And some examples of them.
You would, a lawyer who does it really good would not start with, I wouldn't start with myself, but with the reader, with the potential clients that are reading this. So are you, who are you, your client, and then this is what I do for you. Okay, and this is why you should choose me. Okay, and then she has this section where this comes from either from outside content, like this is a PDF, or from your posts. You can assign the posts that you like most and put them here. And this is like the candy store.
So here you can see she added some personal photos as well, not just them sitting in a boardroom, but you actually see her family, you see her human side, right?
Yes, because that's like her thing here, right? She's not your typical corporate attorney. And Yeah, so and here also look at her CV. It's not that, you know, classical, typical, boring CV, but she is writing about herself, the highlights of those positions, and that's what you have to do, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to do it for everywhere, but if you've been somewhere where you had great wins, do it.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. So that's her, and she has like really great posts too. Let's see here. Actually, I did change this to English, but okay, well.
Okay.
Yeah, so she has a lot of engagement, 62 comments. That's like crazy.
So what is she kind of posting out here? What would you?
Let me see. It's not lawyer stuff, okay? Well, here is one. She's more like esoterical is not the right word, right? But let's go somewhere else to a typical lawyer. Okay, here we have Tal. He has a vanity URL, good, but then he doesn't have a background banner here. I mean, good tagline. This is the tagline. It doesn't have to be half a page. It can be short, right? His bio here, and he has text only postings here up here. He does the typical, you know, lawyer stuff. So if you want to look at this, it's speaks to a lot of people. So that's Tal. Let's go to the next one. One of my favorites, Amanda. She's from Canada. And she doesn't have the vanity URL up there. Do you see that, the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. She has a great background banner. Her tagline is great. I mean, can't improve it. And her bio isn't perfect. That's what I'm saying. And it's difficult to show someone who's doing everything right, but I have one. Okay.
Okay.
And she has a podcast. She has a blog. I asked her, is this getting you any clients, right? Because this is what we're interested in. We're not interested in the brand. And she said, yes, well, she is not building relationships with her clients on LinkedIn, but with her, the people that assign those clients, like the tax advisors, because she's a tax attorney, right? Tax law.
Yeah.
So a company is not going to work with her directly, but a tax advisor is going to say, well, let's work with Amanda on this case, right?
So she's using this kind of to build up that referral network,
yes.
to get the people who would give her work to know who she is.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. And we have those attorneys in law firms as well. The ones that are that use intermediaries to get their clients. I asked her, how much time do you spend every week? And I think she said it's about an hour to create the blog posts and to create the podcast. This is something where you can help your lawyers. I mean, the BDs are not going to do the editing and all of that, but the marketing department. So I don't think that you should write postings for your lawyers, but you can help them create it. You can help them research if it's going to be something that's not legal stuff, legal
right.
postings.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's Amanda. And then we have my absolute favorite one, It's James.
James Dapperchi.
Yeah, from Australia. He's a commercial litigation lawyer. You find him everywhere. I didn't notice this either. He's on LinkedIn, he's on Twitter, he's on YouTube. So he's out for world domination, right? And this is one bio that's really perfect, right?
So a bit more personal. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Why am I doing what I do? And why am I good at it without being, I mean, it's humble, but bold at the same time, right? That's so perfect. I mean, that's how James, he's like, especially, he really can do it well. So he makes it clear why you should pick him over someone else.
So wait 1 second. So
yes,
why should they pick him over someone else? Are you saying that clients are actually going to LinkedIn looking for lawyers and evaluating lawyers through LinkedIn, like getting a list of potential lawyers? Is that something that...
No, I don't think that they do that, but they will still research, right? And I think he's also someone who uses it as an intermediary, as a referral network. I kind of show that, but so I always say, don't make your clients research about you. No, present everything there is to know about you. Present all the facts why they should choose you and pick you over someone else. Right on there, present it on a silver platter. Don't make them Google it. And if you have to make your profile viewable and from the outside. And then I'm sure you have noticed this when you Google someone, you will maybe see their webpage, you will maybe see the profile on the website, but then like the third result is going to be LinkedIn.
That's right.
The LinkedIn profile. So make it pop. Use it to your advantage. Okay, so Stacy, you can't click it, right? But still, I mean, you can copy paste.
So this is a good example of a call to action, right?
Exactly.
Giving people a whole bunch of different ways to get in touch.
Exactly. And he has like, he has the best content. He has...
oh, this is the copy and paste notes guy. Yes, I know him. Okay.
And James has a little message for us.
Oh.
If I may play it.
Hi there, Karin. Thanks for the chance to contribute to this roundtable session. Do these videos impact my billable hours? Yes. In the same way that getting a coffee with a potential client, or going out for beers, or going out for dinner with a potential client, or going on a golf day or whatever, yes, they impact my billable hours. The time I spend recording videos to try to build my practice is time that I could spend in any number of other ways, including with my family. So they impact the way I spend my time. But I try to do it as efficiently as I can so that those impacts are minimized. I'm happy to help you and your friends at the roundtable talk about that. How much time is it to record these clips? Surprisingly short. I'm quite proud of myself that each of these clips, it's about, you see the video that's 5 minutes long, add on 30 seconds that end, 30 seconds that end, and you sort of got it. And then while I'm there, I tend to record other videos. So I'll say blah, 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 blah for 5 minutes about a piece of litigation. Then I'll put my head down, then I'll pick it up again, and I'll say blah, blah, blah for 45 seconds. Then I'll put my head down, put my head up again, and say blah, blah, blah for another minute. And so then I'll have 3 different videos that I will have filmed in the same recording session, if that makes sense. And that recording session will be about 10 minutes long, and I'll have a nice sip of coffee at the end. If I'm a marketing manager, oh, do I get more clients in the door? Yeah, this is a really interesting one. So my goal is not what they call conversion. It's not to use a video to generate sales right now. My goal is to generate brand, right? Is to build a reputation in the marketplace, because what I'm particularly trying to do is I'm trying to get referrals from accountants for complex pieces of commercial litigation. Now that's working quite well because I'm friends and connections with a lot more accountants, a lot more non-executive directors, a lot more financial advisors, a lot more insolvency practitioners, these sorts of people who are going to refer work than I was before I started the project. But it would not be right to think about it as a simple sales style conversion project. So if you're looking for spending 10 hours and getting 10 hours times $500, great, $5,000. It doesn't convert quite that way. It's a long-term brand building exercise that I'm on. So I hope that helps. And if there are more questions I can answer, do let me know. And I hope the roundtable is going really well. I'm sure it is. Thank you for your great questions. Karin, great to chat to you.
So,
Wow, that was great. That's perfect. And, you know, everything that we're doing now, we're going to be linking to his profile and our post. So he's going to get even more exposure and more brand building. So that was great.
okay. So, as I said, there are lawyers that are marketing driven, right? But usually they aren't. So that's why I say use the keywords that work in their brain.
So his
And
posts, can you just go to like his feed of posts
yes,
and see? So he's
it's,
posting out these videos.
I don't know why we can't see his posts back here, but wait, how are we going to do this? Okay, let's see.
Because we've been really trying to get our lawyers to do some quick little videos, and I will certainly be using him as an example because I do recall seeing a few of his videos.
Yes, that's like exactly. There will be people that are going to say, I don't want to do video. I don't look good on video. I'm one of them. Okay. It doesn't have to be video. You find the content that you feel comfortable in, right? For him, it's video because I mean he's like a natural, right?
That's right. Yeah, also I think it's something that we shouldn't be forcing our lawyers to do.
No.
You know, if you have a partner who's never going to use LinkedIn, don't even waste, you know, don't waste the time, right? Really go
Exactly.
after the associates and those who are willing to actually invest the time in LinkedIn.
Okay, I'm having a problem finding his content. So I know that I liked something today, so I have to go through my, yeah, here. This is like.
So he's actually using software.
And this is Coffee and the Case Note. So team, today we're going to talk about a couple of plaintiffs and a couple of defendants. And essentially what we have is our plaintiffs who invest some money with a lead defendant, and if we get the chance we'll talk about some of those other defendants later. What is going on here? We're talking about our lead defendant.
But he capitalizes on the ambiente, on the atmosphere, right? A lot of people, when they put video on, can you see me now or can you see my screen?
I can see both.
Okay. When they put up video on LinkedIn or wherever, they will like sit in front of a wall, maybe a gray wall, and it just not as the experience is not a good one when you're watching it, right? So when you watch him and he's a natural, and then he's in a coffee shop, it's the whole atmosphere is just so interesting that I watch this, even though I'm not a lawyer and I'm not going to, this is not what I do for a living, right? But it's just, he does it really well.
Right.
And talking about videos, 1 minute, 2 minute max, he can get away with it. So it's okay. It's okay, chaps. Yeah.
Okay. And before we move into the Q&A session, any final tips that you have that BD teams can use to help, really motivate their lawyers on this? How can we be a little bit more involved without actually writing the content for them?
Yes. Well, I think there are different approaches. Okay. How much time do we have before we go?
2 minutes before we go.
2 minutes. Okay. Oh my God. Well, lawyers are really they are scared of having to spend too much time on this, right? So, but I had big scale corporate lawyers tell me the other day that they spend a lot of time on promoting themselves anyway, right? When they write like this super dry, super corporate content for a super corporate publication, I mean, how much time is that? It's a lot of time. Or if they are younger and they write content for the firm's blog, that's going to take quite a while as well. Or take all the webinars, or before we had webinars, the events. I mean, there's a lot of preparation going in there, right? I said, so there are no events anymore, so use that time to network online. And there's one guru that I really, really like. It's Dory Clark. She says, if you want to be like, build your image as a recognized expert, which the lawyers all want to do and should do, you need to social proof, you need the content, and you need the network. And that's something that you can do easily on LinkedIn, right? I mean, that's quite complex, but I would say start with the profile. Look at the examples that I showed you, optimize the settings. I mean, you can find a lot of stuff about this on the internet, and tell them, start commenting somewhere. That's how I started. I just, for a month, I just commented. Right. And comments are, when I say comments, don't do I agree or this is gold, but add value, right? And then the most important is promote yourself, but don't be promotional, okay? So give the value in the post itself. You can link somewhere else too, but make it, add the value or the value in the post. Don't make the people leave the platform.
All right, thank you so much, Karin, for your advice, and we'll link all of those profiles in the description below. But I guess if someone wants to get in touch with you, they can head on over to LinkedIn, right?
Yes, please, please, with my very easy to spell name, Schmollgruber.
Well, there will be a link somewhere, so anyone watching that can just go ahead and link there. So let's transition into the Q&A session.